Okay, so the first step is you're gonna take your bag of rocks, open it up, and you're gonna just put them in the bottom. You can do as much or as little as you want. Probably that as a minimum is good, but I included extra so that if you wanted to fill it all the way, you could. Depending on how you want it to look. Then you're gonna flatten them out. Then that part's done. The reason why we do that, one, it looks cool. Two, it will filter out all that water so that your roots never sit in water in case you accidentally overwater your succulent. Hopefully you do not. But it's a precautionary method, plus it looks good. Then you'll take your soil. This is what I'm going to recommend for now, is to start, right, your soil. And for now I'm going to have you open it and put in a small layer of soil on the bottom, just a little bit. Then we are going to go ahead and add your succulents and your cactus. I would start with the cactus. Let's do this one. And these do bite, so be careful. I'm gonna just gently lift it out and set it in there. If you want it a little lower in the container, you can take some of the soil off the bottom. Until it's at the height that you want. Maybe a little bit more. Ow. Okay, so these coming out of the top a little bit, but that's okay. Then you can either keep using your gloves. I feel like it's a little more difficult to maneuver things with them on. I only really use them on the cactuses. Okay. Then you'll take out your other succulent and set him in around the cactus. So once he's in there, you can again look at it, see if you want to make it shorter or taller. To make it further down in, you just take some of that soil off the bottom, stick it back in. If you want to make it stand up more, you just add more soil on the bottom. It's gonna probably fall over until here we go. Okay, I like that. Then you'll take your last succulent, take it out. This one is gonna sit, this one's gonna sit higher than the other, so we'll go ahead and break some of that soil off again. Place them in there. You're gonna take the rest of your soil, just cut a little piece off the corner. We're gonna do like icing. Just kind of fill in around the edges. If the soil doesn't want to come out as well, you can always cut a bigger hole. Oh, see, there's a clump. That's why. So you may have to work some of those clumps out. There we go. I recommend taking some kind, you can use your paintbrush and you can just move the soil around. You don't want to tightly pack the soil. A lot of people think you should pack it really tight. You don't want to do that. Just keep adding soil. Gonna make a mess, it's just gonna happen. Then you can use your paintbrush to kind of scoot them around. All right, so you keep adding soil until they set up a little bit better. They're still gonna be wiggly. It's just, unfortunately, the way it is. Until the roots grow, you'll have to be a little more delicate with it. Also, you don't have to do it in the order that I just did it. You can put the cactus up front and the succulents around. You can spread them out. You can save some of your rocks to put on top. You get to be creative with this one. This is just a guideline of how to put it together, but you don't have to do it that way. So once they're stable, you can take your paintbrush and gently just clean off some of the leaves. Don't blow hard. If you do, it will go back in your face, and it's worse. Just be gentle with it. Also, when you water it, it'll knock some of that soil off too, so you don't have to be too worried about that. Just keep on moving it around as you want. So before adding the toppers, I would say go ahead and throw some water on it so you can get some of that soil off the succulents. You don't want to always do that, just for now, just to get the soil off and to help the soil set better. From there, you have a couple options on how you want to finish decorating. You have some moss and a rock. If you saved some of your rocks, you can use some of those in there as well. Just sprinkle them. And the more you save, the more you can put in your container. Then you can take some of your moss and put it in there wherever you like. Just kind of making this up. I'll also be including one of these cute little toothpicks that say "Yay" on them. And you can also use those for like finer details of the succulents to move them around, or the moss. And again, you don't have to use any of this, you just can. You can use all of it, some of it, none of it. And then the trick with these is when it comes time to water, before you water, you're gonna wanna stick that in the soil and then just bring it back out. And if it comes out like that, still wet, kind of like a brownie, then you don't want to water again. You want to wait until you put it in the soil and it comes out, not like that, it comes out dry like that. When it's dry like that, you can water again. You can use a cup like this, that's totally fine. And you're going to want to use about half a cup of water once a week in this. In the summer, you're going to want to water once a week. In the winter, you can water every 2 weeks, and you're going to want to focus more towards the succulents because the cactus does not need a whole lot of water. And about every 3 weeks, you can water the whole thing. I know that's a lot of information, but it's still fairly easy, and it's hard to mess up as long as you make sure that when you water it, that the stick comes out dry. Then you're good to go, pretty much no matter what. So that's all you have to do. It's pretty easy. It can be a little difficult, but just keep moving the dirt around if you need to. There's no right or wrong way to do this. But if you have any issues, feel free to send me pictures or video on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll be happy to guide you through it. That's all. Thank y'all for watching.